When Indiana became a state in 1816, there were over 200 million acres of wetlands in the United States. Considered useless for farming, Congress passed the Swampland Act of 1850 that encouraged settlers to dredge, drain, and tile their waterlogged areas and convert them into farmland.
One of the requirements of the Swampland Act was that the owner of the land, which was usually a farmer, was that they drained the land, and they started using clay tiles. A lot of it was local clay way back in late 1800s, early 1900s. Clay tile had the little gap, and then the next tile would be laid here about 1/4 of an inch. That's where the water would get in and go downstream.
In Indiana, over 1 million acres of wetlands were drained. This resulted in the decline of several wetland-dependent species, like the great egret. The destruction of the wetlands occurred at such a rate that by the mid-1970s, less than half the wetlands in the continental United States remained. The importance wetlands have in helping to improve water quality, control flooding, reduce erosion, and create wildlife habitats for migratory animals was finally widely recognized, and many of the Swampland Act's provisions were reversed. Wetland conservation became a priority. One of the success stories that resulted is the 8,000-acre Goose Pond Fish and Wildlife Area in southern Indiana, the largest wetland restoration project of its kind in U.S. history. But it wasn't an easy journey. It would take years as the tireless passion of a few struggled to make it happen. And it may have all just been worth it.
Chris, listen up. First of all, welcome to Goose Pond. We got some pretty cool stuff planned for you today. We're gonna get to dig in the mud, and you'll get to probably get in the water, and we're gonna go on a little walk. We're gonna talk about wetlands and some of the functions of wetlands and why they're important to us, and talk about some of the wildlife that use wetlands.
One of the spin-off advantages of having this great big property out here is that we have a good opportunity to get kids involved in the outdoors. We have school kids come out, especially in the spring and fall, you know, maybe a couple hundred a year. And, you know, we just try to introduce them to the outdoors, especially the younger kids.
We're gonna catch some pretty cool stuff. We're gonna catch some fish, probably gonna catch crawdads, maybe a couple snakes. Frogs, probably some frogs. Everything we catch stays here. You can't take anything back with you, okay? So it all stays here.
So we just try to introduce them to the outdoors and let them get their hands muddy, and we'll sift through the mud and the water and pull out macroinvertebrates.
There you go. What is that?
And we'll play some games that kind of facilitate learning. You know, while they're playing, they learn a little bit.
It's a whirly worm. What do they say? The beginning, if it's dark, it's going to be Christmas. The winter's going to be hard at the beginning. In the middle, it's going to be easier, and then at the end, it's going to be rough again.
I saw like a white bird thingy swoop down into the grass.
I'm really thrilled that the students from our local school go down and have a nature project down in the Goose Pond, and the kids love it. And I think, oh boy, and I have roots there, and I just feel so good about it.
This is a form of milkweed, and those are larvae of butterfly. The stripes weren't big enough to be a monarch, but I've seen pictures of a monarch caterpillar.
You talk about helping kids, get them in the outdoors, let them see what the good Lord put here. Let them see what it's made out of. You'll always see something different.